Beloved, you are welcome to another episode of On the Other Side. I've been talking about a demonic friend from the other side. I said when demons want to befriend you, to destroy you, they know how to do it perfectly in the physical life. So what I've been saying is that they know how to extract information from supposed friends. And in the last episode, I was saying that there are some places that they know how to befriend people and extract information from them. So in the last episode, I talked about doing the same thing. When people do the same thing, they take some people to be their friends. So the demonic friend can get information from that person with whom he does things with. I also talked about the marketplace. When people sell things together and someone sits beside you, a market woman will take the person who sits next to her as her friend, and she will release information to that woman. After that, I also talked about the drinking pub, that when people sit there to drink, they take whoever comes there as a friend, and there they can talk and release sensitive information to the demonic person whom he will take to be his friend. So as I continue today, let me give you more examples of the areas where demons can push their surrogate to go and befriend people and extract information. The next place that demonic people know how to extract information from is when they travel together as businessmen and women. You know, when people travel together to do businesses, they take the people they travel along with as their friends. That is when they will begin to ask them questions about what they are going to do, what do you sell, how much profit you make, and they will be asking a lot of questions. And it is at that place that many naive people will release sensitive information. Then this supposed friend who is from the other side will get the information, and then that person will know what to do. So when people travel to do businesses together, most of the time they see themselves as friends. When you ask them, why do you take such a person to be your friend? The answer will be, oh, we always travel together. So you see, traveling together to do business makes people take some people to be their friends. The next place that people release information to demonic surrogates as friends is connected to football. And in football, let me first talk about supporters. You know, when people support a football team, they are heavily bonded. They see themselves as friends. So they talk together, move together, do all sorts of things together. And that is where demonic people know how to infiltrate and begin to get information from people. You know, as naive as some people can be, when they are involved with some people that has to do with the same thing, they take such people to be trustworthy. They take such people to be their friends. That is how they release sensitive information to them. After all, we all support the same team. That is how many people are trapped into friendship, and demonic surrogates from the other side get them. So being together as supporters has caused many people to fall to demonic people who come as friends. So if you are a football supporter, be very careful of the people around, because not all of them come as friends. Then apart from supporters, the playing body, this one is also another area that demonic people get their friends, because we are all in the same team. We play for the same management. So, oh, you are my teammate. After training, oh, I'll come for you, eh? Let's go here, let's go there, let's go here, let's go there. Then they become friends. You see, many of footballers have befriended demonic people because they were part of the team. I'm speaking from experience. You will take him as a friend because you are in the same team. Many people don't watch around. They are not careful at all. But if you are very smart and you are watching me as a football player, don't take every player to be a friend. Not all of them have your interest. Some of them want to ask you questions, come near you to get information so as to plan the next line of action. So the fact that you all play for the same team doesn't mean you should take everyone as your friend. I'm not saying you should hate them. What I'm saying is that you have to be very careful in your association with other footballers, especially when they begin to ask you sensitive questions, like how much do you earn? I told you last time that if someone wants to know how much you earn, that one is a very sensitive question. So what do you do before you play the game? You know, there are some sensitive questions they can be asking. And if you are not careful, you will release such information for your own destruction. So if you are a footballer, be very careful. Keep an open mind and open eyes so that you will not take anyone who comes around you as a friend. You take him as a colleague, you take him as a mate. But what I mean is friendship. Friendship is a very deep word, as I said in the other episode. So in terms of football, as supporters and as playing body, demonic people can infiltrate to destroy other people. I'll talk about that later, if not in this episode. Then the last place that they extract information from is the place that I talked about last time as a very unlikely place. That is the church. When I say unlikely place, what do I mean? The least place that someone would suspect that a supposed friend is evil is the church. What I mean is that you wouldn't suspect at all that an evil friend can be in the church. That's what I mean. But that is how it is. Demons are very clever. They know that in the church, you would think all the people there are godly. So when they infiltrate, you wouldn't suspect anything. That is why I am alerting you as the servant of God that don't take anyone who comes around you in the church as a friend, especially if you don't know the person very well. They know, demons know. So they send their surrogates into the church to befriend people and to destroy them. I have a lot of experience with demons. So take this from me. Before you know someone very well, don't release any sensitive information. Be very, 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 very careful, because they are very cunning, very crafty. So they can come to church, and as you would not suspect, they will come around you. It could be that he met you on the way, or you live in the same area, so you'll be coming together, and then there the friendship will start. So you take him as a friend because you always go to church together. In this way, many people are falling to demonic friendship. We all go to church together. So as you go, you'll be talking. And then what you are not supposed to say, you will say. So life is hard, though. Sometimes this simple statement will trigger everything. Then the innocent person will begin. Yes, it's very hard, though. In fact, I've been suffering from this. I've been doing this and it doesn't go well. You know, my wife cannot get pregnant. I've been struggling with this disease. You see, all those sensitive things, then people will be sharing. Then this demonic person will know. If it's not a negative thing, you will say, and you even say some positive things like, oh, I'm building a house, I'm buying a car, I plan to do this. They are all sensitive. Then you release them. So going to church together will let you fall a victim. Then within the church, this supposed friend can also come in, and you being innocent, you think you are welcoming a new person. You want to do something that will let the person stay. So you may even be tempted to take his or her phone number, and you'll be calling him or her. That is how friendships develop in the church. Then the demonic person will begin to ask, how long have you been in the church? You will say, are you married? How long have you been married? Do you have children? How old are they? What do they do? You see, all these things you begin to share. And as I said early on, I'll be telling you what they will be doing with this information. So that is how in the church they ask questions, because someone who has been in the church for a long time took the newcomer to be a friend. So they exchanged numbers and they began to talk. That is how things go sometimes in the church. It could also be that the newcomer coming, the one in the church also saw you that, hey, this person has God's blessing around him or her. So when you come, then this person who has been in the church for a long time, that person will begin to ask you, oh, you are welcome to our church. So what brings you here? Then you begin to share. You begin to share. You tell this person everything. You see, people are so naive. You came to church, take your time. Study the people, you know, and then watch around. It could be that the pastor is demonic. It could be that the prophet, who is even not supposed to be the leader of the church, is the one who is heading the church. Then it should tell you that, I've come to a wrong place. Here, I should leave. You see, before you remain in a church, you have to watch certain things. Watch the terrain. If you have been to a demonic territory, you have to leave and don't say anything. But people don't watch all these things. They go to churches, they don't watch the members, they don't watch the pastor or the prophet, they just begin to talk. And this person, do you know what is interesting? Sometimes the person you are sharing your stories with, you are telling him about your problems, that same person will go and tell the prophet or the pastor that this is what this person, that person who has come here, this is why he is here. So physically, that is what some of them do in the evil churches. So if you are very smart, you watch around before you befriend people or before you even decide to stay. So first, watch around. If you decide to stay, you watch the people. If you are comfortable with them, if you know that you have prayed about this church, I've prayed about the people, and then I'm comfortable with them, then you can begin to have good friends. That is how genuine friendships develop. But in the demonic churches, a lot of people have fallen victims. And then they are saying they will not go to church anymore because of their bad experiences in such churches. My advice is that when you go to any church, don't befriend people hurriedly. You don't have to be quick to befriend people. If you do that, you can seriously fall a victim. You'll be telling things you are not supposed to tell to wrong people. Wrong people in the sense that it could be that that person is a demonic person from the other side who is not supposed to know what you are going through. So that is how it is with demonic friends from the other side, how they extract information from people in bad churches. Onua, the enemy can say, Edanona me kasafa adamoni nkrofo a ofri sunsumu efano a ewahano. Ekwan a ombefa so a ombefa nipa wo ho ni asem bia adamfo ewo honam. Enti na me bobo mea wo mo nim nyansa pa wo mo fa kwan a nyansa kwan so a wo mo di gigi nsem efri nipa ho. Ne da no me kan se mo nyina mo ya de ba ko a o mo timi efa so nyansam free mo ho. Wa farise wo ne nyina ya de ba ko. Ewie na me kan se ebia mo nyina mo ti job mo ton ade nti odo so te wo nchen e na o ton ade ti wo farise wo we de me ne nyina na ton ade nti de obebisa obia na waka. Ewie na me kan se bia biewa o mo fa so o mo tumi enyansam free nkofo ho pa no eye bebia ekonomonsa tipa ko trawa omuke kansem pa na ene metwa so yi na me memma obia biewa adamoni faswa omutumi enyansem efiri nkofo a omu afa won ayonko na bia edikan a ene meka ho asem ne se enipa etukwan na wakoye ade bi abom won se nipa etukwan na omu nyina akoye ade bako a na wafa ne se o madam fodo no enti hona obebisa ne se o minua osu ko obi o mesi me kofa ne ma o enti wo ya ade ne o masa na ya ukofefa na waka mfaso se na ya unya na adwuma no eye ma wo sansem nyina na ya bisa na waka ne nyina e kire no na meka se de enti a obisa o sansem no e kire o kire ya me kire ya mu me kire wa de kronti a obisa sansem enti wo bia enipa etu ekwan koya de baako no enipa tu be fa yonko ama omo keka nsem ekire adamo ne nkrofo yi ode no to nchen a bia biewu a adamo ne nkrofo afiri fa ha no wo mutanya yonkofo pa na o tietie nsem firi omho efa ball bo ehun na ball bo no machemu mienu wo mu akohwe no echese wo mu ne gi ball boku bi ho no ebi o mu nyina na eko akohwe nti ye nyina ye ne gi ball boku baako ho nti da chese ye didi ho nkomo na de onye na kofrem nti ene wo be fa ne se o binu amene nyina ye ta ball boku baako achi nti asem bi obebisa obia o na waka nti na chese wo mu ta ball boku baako achi no wo mu ta fifa adamoni ayonkofo na odi wo mu ta eko na chi no eto nchen a afi ne aba wo mu abobo no ama ball boku no ankasa se we die ye nyina na ebo ye nyina menua no so ye nyina abo team baako enti ene e din komo ye po training no a me ba be faw me ba wo nchen ye nko ha ye nsire ha enti na chese wafa na wadamfo ha no enti se obisa onsem enti anopa ya wo ye den boy aye ko boy ubeye den na ese abrabo mu nsem kro ati sei ese oyonko anisa ese de obebisa obi ano ofa no yonko nti no aka nti na ese edipeku a wo mu nyina ball boku baako no wo mutaye ayonkofo na se nipa boni ni bi nya ehona ya onya wo mu a omutre mo fan no eno so mekire de enti amane basa de twato ane meka a omufaso de nya asempa afrinkofo baby a unsusu da wadwene nkoso da se ahade adamoni nipa bi pa betumi abehye ha pa no aye ne ho ti se oyo yonkopa wan we wadwene nkoso da asori uze asori de uti asori pe ufase nipa omo ti oyina no omo ye nyamemba nanso so ti efiri me ho se nyame akwa se enye nipa eti asori dem nyina ena ye nyame nkrofo adamoni omo ni ati omo nim se wa asori dem de wadwene bɛyɛ o sɛ hɔ deɛ nipa bɔne ni bia ntumi ma hɔ nti na ɔma soma ɔmo nkurɔfoɔ no kɔ hɔ sɛ monkɔ fifa ɔmo adamfoɔ na ɛno no ɛtumi hyɛ aseɛ te sɛ deɛ wone no nyinaa ne firi baabi a moteɛ no na mokɔ asɔre baako oh ene odi banchi abongum wo be fa dan forces here see you na free baby back ene ko asori back nti mo kwa no bisebisa wonsem nti menu abrabom ti sen na sorry kura wo koi o hawo ni sen no so kanina maya mintime nyin sen mawari sem bi na ha me awo mu nsem na ha me adwuma mu nsem na ha me na chese mo kwa mo ba no na se nipa kura wa fa no yonko a woni ni nyina na etu anan akọ asọrọ no nya na wakeka won nsem e di akire no ebetumi anso abase onu di oti asọrọ num dada e na wo beto no eti wo beto no na chese opese wo ka asọrọ no munti na bia na waje wo telephone number no afro minua ede asọrọ a obaye ye ma wakọ aba no ni age asọrọ ho na wahyasie o na de obaye na okeka nsem na akire no na eni kansem ni say wo mo aya ata bi se bisa sansem no eto de bia wo mo na kokeka nsem no kire osofo no se nipa we a waba no asem we ana we nti ena obaye no akoka kire osofo no bo se no na ato de bia D4 na anya no enom de hye nkom no nsem no a nipa na oba afoforo no nipa wache wo mo no bisa aya ono so keka ye no enti afutu a mede ma wo ne se ukọ asọrọ bi ne se ukọhwe se de siti a eya atobo ansa na wafa yonko ewo sa asọrọ ukọ tobo bi wani hwani emaye tie nkyerɛkyerɛ ne yie ebia na ya damoni asọrọ ya maka kyerɛ wo sɛ ɔmo nsɔre hɔ di sɛ ohu sɛ nkyerɛkyerɛ no nyɛ nipa na tete hɔ no sɛ kɔfo we de ɔmo nya Christopher ne bi nso so a odifoɔ kura na da sɔre na no de a ne sɛ asɔre we ɛnyɛ adentia odifoɔ de nsɛsɛ ɔno na da sɔre na no anaasɛ bi ɔsɔ nsɛmpakani a asɔre we de ɛnyɛ eti ɔn sɛ wɔho nti nya de a ɔbɛfa yɔnko hɔ na nso so nipa bi wɔ hɔ a sɛbi we amakan wɔn nim na wakɔtenam na wakeka ne nsɛm nyinaa akyerɛ nipa yi a ɔde ne ho abɛbɔ no yi a wafa no yɔnko yi na wakeka ne onim ne nsɛm nyinaa na akyerɛ no mesi mɛkyerɛ wo saa nsɛm no a obisabisa wo a wo so wakeka no akyerɛ no mɛkyerɛ wo deɛ ɔde kɔyɛ o misebisa saa nsɛm no kwa o ɔkyerɛkyerɛ baako dom no meka kyerɛ wo sɛ wɔn mo firi sunsun mu fam ha na wɔn abɔpɔ sɛ yɛn kɔfa oyɔnko a ɛwɔ sentira botae bi ta kyerɛ na ɔka sɛ wɔn mo bisabisa nsɛm kwa sɛ daado meka kyerɛ wo sɛ saa nsɛm no a ɛnsɛ sɛ obisa a ɔbisa no ɛwɔ bibi ntia ɛwɔ nyinasoɔ bi ntia nti na obisabisa saa nsɛm na wɔn nso so a onim hwee no na wɔn nso so wakɔka nti asɔre yɛ baabi a adamɔ ne nkurɔfoɔ na kɔguo na sɛ woyɛ hɔhoɔ na wobaa yɛ o na sɛ bi susu koraa wobɛto no wɔ mu o ne nyinaa no onim kwan a wɔbɛfa so ɔbaa bɛfa ɔdamfoɔ na akekakeka wo nsɛm nyinaa ɛde akyerɛ no ɛno nti ma ɔne nte paa na wankɔfa nipa a wonya ho no yie ɛwɔ asɔre bi mu na wafare sɛ wo yɔnko na obi koraa nipa binom nso so titiriw ɛmaa no wɔn mo yɛ nwanwa wobɛtumi ahyia obi paa wɔ bus stop anaasɛ ɔde ne kɔfa trɔtrɔ da biara ɛkɔgyina hɔ fa trɔtrɔ nti ɔsɛ n'adamforo no na asɛm biara no ɔka obi koraa da no a na ɔhyia no ɛna me kunu koraa ɔha me na me koraa yɛ me sɛi ɛna me koraa yɛ me sɛi na waka no nyinaa kyerɛ nipa a ɔhyia no ɔtrɔtrɔ baabi ɛkɔfa trɔtrɔ no ɛno nti ama wɔn de wɔn atɔ nsɔhwɛ bebree ɛno ne deɛ at that morning ɔma fa nyansa kwan so a ɔmo de nyansɛm ɛfiri nkurɔfoɔ. So my dear, these are the areas that demons are very, very clever from the other side to gather information. And I will tell you what they will be doing with such information. They are very, very clever in doing that. So you have to be very smart and don't be quick to befriend people. In the next episode, I will show you what they will do with such information. So may you be wise and smart so that you will not in a hurry befriend people. God bless you. I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.